people are still hating the unvaxxed, and they're doing it unscientifically, but they're doing it very smugly, right? Because that's what they do. So this woman, she claims she's a doctor. She says she's a emergency room doctor, and she calls herself Dr. Spooky. And I think it's because she spreads medical misinformation all the time. That's why it's spooky. So Dr. Spooky is a liar and a misinformer. And so here's what she has to say. She says, today at work, me, you have COVID and/, or the flu. Them, how did this happen? Me, did you get your vaccines? Them, psh, no. Repeat infinity until I explode. And yes, I realize that getting the vaccine doesn't 100% prevent these, but it sure as hell helps. So what I had to tell her was, Dr. Fauci is the one who said everyone will likely get COVID. Hey, could you imagine? Most people have already gotten COVID. And most people are vaccinated. So it took me about less than half a second to find the stat. And I tweeted it at her. So I went and I just went and Googled what percentage of people are vaccinated who get COVID. And this comes right up. It came right up. What percentage of vaccinated get COVID? Fully vaccinated in Arizona, 64% of the people with COVID are fully vaccinated. In Arkansas, 56%. In California, 74% of the people with COVID are vaccinated. And I didn't even look down any longer. So you know the blue states are going to have higher numbers of people. That's why, because they have higher numbers of people vaccinated. So 3 out of 4 people who get COVID in California, fully vaccinated. 3 out of 4 people. But this woman wants you to keep hating the unvaccinated. This Dr. Spooky wants you to keep hating your neighbor and blaming your neighbor for the pain you're feeling from COVID and the lockdowns. She doesn't want you to blame Fauci for lying about masks, about herd immunity, about natural immunity, about transmission contraction, about everything they lied about. Don't be angry at the powerful. Be angry at someone who got sick. And she calls herself a doctor. And she's shaming people for getting sick. 3 out of 4 people in California who get COVID are fully vaccinated. But don't let that stop you from demonizing them and wagging your finger at them. And these are the responses to her stupid tweet. These are the people who she cultivates. I never got sick when I was forced to wear a mask. Now that I'm not, I'm sick all the time. Comment makes me shake my head. At the very least, nobody should be surprised to get one of the 2 infections that they chose not to be vaccinated for. I think, do you know that they had to change the definition of a vaccine? So maybe that's why people are confused like this. I think that's why they are confused, because they literally had to change the definition of a vaccine. The old definition, go look it up. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. I don't think I can tell you what the old definition of the vaccine was. But they had to change it. And then somebody says about that, hey, the vaccines, the Pfizer executive, when questioned in front of the European Parliament, had to admit that Pfizer never even tested to see if their vaccine stopped transmission. Never even tested to see if it stopped transmission. And she says, well, it definitely helps with symptoms. People that aren't vaxxed tend to get sicker than those that are. So she just totally moves the goalposts. She totally just changed what her whole point, what she was saying. Do you get whiplash, doctor, when you get challenged and you get proven wrong? Do you get whiplash when you change the subject that fast? Because that's what a liar does. Are you being paid to lie? Is Big Pharma paying you to lie? Because I know they pay a lot of doctors. Are you one of them who's being paid to lie to people? Because you're lying to people on Twitter and social media. I wonder what kind of horrible lies you're telling people in your regular practice. Because you can't be this stupid. You can't be this uninformed. And this proves she knows she's lying. She knows she's lying. By the way, she got ratioed on it. This is her own thread. This is her own thread. So her own followers ratioed her on this. Wait, so the original tweet was about transmission, but now you're only addressing symptoms? Did I misunderstand? No, that's what a liar does. That's what someone with no character, integrity, that's what they do. They change the subject when they're proven wrong. Remember when I had my debate? Remember when I was debating people on my show about vaccine mandates, and I would make that exact same point, and then they would switch the they go, what about ICU beds? Whoa. That's not what we're talking about. This is what's known as moving the goalposts. It's magical to see it in the same conversation. Usually it takes place over time, so you don't notice. Mm-hmm. No, it happened right in the same thread. Right in the same thread. Dr. Spooky. NJ Gallegos. Gallegos? Gallegos? Yeah. New Jersey Gallegos. Dr. Spooky. I wouldn't go to that doctor. I wouldn't go to Dr. Spooky. She says she's an ER doc. That's what it says in her. It says right here. She says she's an ER doc. Hey, everybody. We're doing live stand-up shows in Los Angeles at the Two Roads Theater, December 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. And also will be March 5th in Tempe, Arizona, April 21st, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Milwaukee and Nashville in April. Those tickets will be on sale soon. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets and become a premium member while you're there. You get all our videos unedited.